This video will cover the concept of adding someone to one or more waiting lists. A very important point to understand is that the software was written with the idea of having a single head of household record for an individual with the capability of tying that record to one or more waiting list applications and even one or more tenant accounts. A single head of household record allows us to maintain one set of records for household members, phone and email, income, assets, expenses, and waiting list information. This is certainly much more efficient than duplicating this information in separate head of household files. Let's get to our lookup screen. So I'm going to go to the Applicant menu, Applicant Tenant File. Before clicking the Add Applicant button at the bottom of the screen, we first want to do a name lookup to see if a record already exists for our applicant. If a record exists, we'll select and work with that record. If not, we'll use the Add Applicant button at the bottom of the lookup screen to add them to the database. In our first example, let's do a lookup for Devin Gibbons. So I'll type in part of the last name and first name and click Find. This person is found when doing a lookup, so we'll select the file. We can see in the lookup results that this person is not an active tenant because the account field is blank. Regardless if the person is a tenant or not, since their name is in HDS-Win, we want to work with a file that is already there. Once in the file, we'll navigate to the waiting list info screen. We can see this person's waiting list history in this screen. Note that this person is no longer on either of the waiting lists below. This individual had originally applied for a unit on January 8, 1999, and was removed from both waiting lists on January 13, 2000 because they failed to update. Let's add them to the starter home waiting list based on a new application. So we'll click Add to add them to a new waiting list. Select the list we wish to put them on. It'll automatically default to the date and time on your computer as of right now, which of course is editable. We want the last updated field to be filled in, so we're going to default that to our current application. And we'll select our bedroom size, and then we'll click Save. We never lose the original waiting list information. We're simply adding a new record pertaining to the new application. So I'm going to go ahead and close this screen. Go back to our selection criteria. In our second example, let's do a lookup for Doug Rafferty. So I'll type in again part of the name. In this case, we get no matching records found. This person is not found, so we'll use the Add Applicant button. We'll type in last name, first name, and social security number. In the event the social security number is not available, just enter all 9s. You can always edit the social security number later. The program automatically advances to the household member screen when you click Save. We'd want to complete this application filling in this information. I'm just going to go ahead and click Save for my example here. We'll close out of household members. There are two other screens you should complete when done with the household member screen. They are the waiting list info screen and the phone email screen. Please refer to the videos that cover each of these screens in more detail.